How's everyone tonight? It could be the start of a long weekend. I don't know. I guess it depends on how everybody used their vacation time. If you decided to burn a few days with the 4th of July being in the middle of the week to make this a long weekend or not. So tonight, we got a few things to open. It's going to be an autographed football helmet, an autographed baseball jersey, a half case of museum collection baseball, and a half case of Stadium Club baseball. So we have a lot of stuff on tap for this evening. And before we get started with ripping packs and things like that, we have got a little bit of information to go over, and it looks like I kind of have my camera a little weird and crooked too, don't I? I have a tendency to hit it. It's in kind of an awkward place. But what are you going to do? That is not where I wanted us to go. Let's try this one more time. There we are. Okay, so there's a couple of things to note here. The first one is about feedback. That's on there because I get asked this question a lot. That's to let you know that my feedback is automated on eBay. So the advantage to you is that as soon as you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get it in return. You never ever have to wait on me to get caught up. The second part of what you see there, and really the most important part, is I'm saying thanks to you guys and gals. I appreciate you coming by to watch the break. Those of you who bid and participate in the break that way, some of you just stop by and chat and hang out. Whatever brings you here, I'm glad to have you, and thanks for joining tonight. What we're looking at, not yet because I didn't get it up there. Now what we're looking at, the break's already listed on eBay. These are the things that are coming up over the course of the next 5 days here. And it's all already up there and available for bidding. So as you know, I list new things most every night, and they usually run for about 5 days. So tomorrow night, we're going to open another one of our autographed batting helmets. We'll open another Gold Rush value pack baseball box, which, you know what, in this case, 12 packs make a box. And then the single box is the same as a case in this particular instance. So it's a box, it's a case, it's whatever you want to call it. There are 12 packs in it. There are 3 cards per pack. They're all buybacks from various manufacturers, and there'll be 36 cards total in that break. Also, Inception tomorrow night, another case of Inception baseball. On Tuesday night, we'll do an autographed basketball jersey, an autographed football jersey, and another case of encased basketball. Wednesday, the 4th of July, we're not going to do any breaks. We figure, you know, like everybody else, we're going to go out and hang out and get bit by bugs and grill out and watch fireworks and all such as that. Maybe a little baseball in there, something along those lines. Thursday, we have got loads of memorabilia. Baseball jersey, baseball bat, autographed mini helmet, an autographed football jersey, and then a case of Elite football. On Friday night, we're going to keep it pretty simple. It's going to be a case of encased basketball and a case of Inception baseball. We do have more museum collection. I just don't know. Probably we'll open it Saturday or Sunday. We also have more Stadium Club, and I'll figure out where we're going to get that scheduled in along the way as well. So for tonight, this is also the order that we're breaking in. So we're going to have a full-sized autographed football helmet. We'll follow that up with our autographed baseball jersey. Then it will be the half case of museum collection, and then the half case of Stadium Club. The other thing you want to note on this particular page, the first 2 breaks tonight, that's the helmet and the jersey. Those are both free shipping breaks. And anytime you do a break with me that has completely free shipping, basically it's going to go out 6 or 7 days after the auction ends for the most part. Sometimes I have, you know, maybe 20 minutes left in a day, which is not enough time to get a break out, but is enough time to get a jersey out, for instance, and I might shoot it out a little early, but in general, kind of plan on Saturday. Our paid shipping breaks tonight, those are Museum Collection and Stadium Club, and I'm anticipating that to ship on Friday. I know that's a little bit later than normal, but remember, we've got no mail service on Wednesday for the holiday, so I'm kind of projecting things out a little bit farther than normal to account for that. Finally, consolation cards. If you are in one of the first 2 breaks, which is the helmet and the jersey, and your team is not pulled, your consolation card is typically going to be sent with your next package. So basically the way that works, it can be a card from any year and any series, the consolation card. I keep track of those for a rolling 90-day period. Then the next time you do hit something, card, memorabilia, whatever the case might be, I will go back, look up and see what consolation cards are due, gather them up and ship them out with that package. If you happen to want it sent sooner than that, you send me a message on eBay and we'll work out the details. Stadium Club consolation cards don't apply to you. There's a zillion cards in that break. Everybody's going to pull something. Museum collection, I don't really think it's going to apply to you either, but if you happen to get skunked in museum collection and you don't pull a single card at all, your consolation would ship with the rest of the break, since that is a paid shipping break. So I think that's all the boring stuff. You guys know I go through that every night because we often have new bidders that come in and out, and it kind of keeps everybody informed as best we can. So first up tonight, 2018 Hit Parade Series 28 Autograph Full-Size Football Helmet. This is break number 16. Everything we're opening tonight ended tonight, Sunday, July the 1st. Can you believe we're already in July? And of course, you'll see there we have our team names on the left-hand side, and the eBay user ID of the winning bidder is across from it on the right-hand side. And Jeffrey Karma 5 has lots of teams in this break, I see. So he's definitely stacking the odds in his favor. Let's see how that, hopefully that'll work out. You never know, but sometimes you get lucky and you have just one spot and you hit it, and other times you hit it by having lots of spots. No rhyme or reason. The last thing that I'm saying before we cut the plastic, I know the background just went out of focus right there. I did that on purpose. I don't like to use autofocus. I try to kind of manually set the focus based on what we're doing, and usually we can see everything with no problems. And if we do accidentally have some problems, you know what? I'll just go in and fix it, so we should be fine. And I see that we have both Greg and Megan in chat tonight. Hi, Greg. Hi, Megan. It's been a while since we've opened a Hit Parade full-size helmet. Opened Gold Rush for a good long while. And I still have more Gold Rush as well. Not many more, though, but a little bit more. All right, get our old empty box out of the way. Now let's see what we've got in here. If I can manage to get the carrying case open, or carrying bag, I should say. All right, there's a little sticker in there, so I can kind of cheat because there's a sticker in the edge that tells me who this is going to be, and I just managed to somehow get it peeled off and stuck to the plastic. But anyway, that way we don't have to try to decipher the signatures. And now the COA went flying. I tell you what, this has kind of been one of those days for me, guys. You know how you have a day when you get out of bed and the whole day just kind of gives you the middle finger? That's the way my day has been. This whole day has kind of given me the middle finger. So our hit tonight is for the Chargers. That is a Melvin Gordon signature. We have an authentication here from what? Superstars of the Game. I don't think I've seen that particular authentication before, but here it is with Melvin Gordon. And we also have a Melvin Gordon hologram back there that authenticates it, that I guess, you know, he puts out for himself. There's a little NFL sticker in there, and I think that's about got us covered. So, once again, our hit tonight is the Chargers and Melvin Gordon. So, congratulations. If this is your hit and that's coming your way, congrats. Give me a second, guys, to get this back in its carry case and set out of the way, and then we will move on down the line here. I see, oh, Just T is in chat as well. Hi, Just T. All right, let me get our spreadsheet put back up again, and we're going to open up a jersey. If I can get us set up here. Now, chances are, if you were here a minute ago, you probably saw this, but in case you joined the break late, or, you know, you were in the other room getting a soda, whatever the case might be, please take a minute and review what you see here if you're involved in this break. So once again, you have a projected shipping date and information about consolation cards if your team is not pulled in this break. So all that up there on the screen in front of you. I won't read it all off again, but hopefully take a glance if you haven't seen it yet. 2018 Gold Rush Autograph Baseball Jersey. This is break number 13. And it also ended tonight, of course, Sunday night, the 1st of July. Doesn't really feel like a Sunday, though, does it? And, of course, same format where we have team names on one side and your name in lights across from it there if you happen to be our winning bidder in this break. And Gold Rush football, or baseball jerseys, rather, they sold out of them on the website. I noticed that the other day. So they don't have any more for 2018, but you know what? We do. I still have a whole other case of them. This is one of the few things that comes in a case like that. So we have a whole case of them, and then maybe a couple of extra boxes too. So we've got our own little private stash, even though Gold Rush is out. So haha, how about that? Soriano, not bad, not bad, not bad. Let's see, I think this is custom. Yeah, so Yankees, of course, but no, it's not MLB. It's not an authentic jersey. It's a custom jersey. Many of them are, but it is still a really nice hit. There, of course, you see your signature. There's a JSA authentication sticker. Here is your JSA authentication card that is going to go with your New York Yankees Soriano jersey. So if you have the Yanks, when you get this jersey in the mail, make sure you find yourself that little piece of paper right there before you throw out the packing, okay? Because sometimes, most of the time, I will fold that up kind of inside the jersey, and you know, things, as they would say on an airline, things will shift in flight. So between here and there, you know, that little card might end up anywhere. So just make sure you find it before you toss everything out, okay? And Just T says, oh, this is your first break with me. Cool, man. Or doesn't miss. I say man, okay? It could be male or female. I just have a bad habit of saying the word man, all right? So Just T, whether you are male or female, welcome. I'm glad to have you. So I'm trying to say. Toby says he is sick of seeing Yankee stuff. He doesn't want to see any more Yankee stuff. I'm sorry, Toby. Omar, what break was that? That was the Gold Rush baseball jersey break that we just finished up. And we are getting ready right now to start in with museum collection. So once again, there's a little different shipping schedule, of course. Museum Collection, Stadium Club, both are paid shipping breaks, projected to go out on Friday. Please remember there is no mail pickup, delivery, anything at all on Wednesday for the 4th of July. So that's why your projected date is a little farther back in the week than it might normally be. And consolation cards probably won't apply in museum collection, but if you should happen to get skunked and not pull anything at all, no base card, no anything, your consolation card or cards will ship with the rest of the break, since this is a paid shipping break. So 6 boxes of 2018 Museum Collection Baseball. This is a half case break. We started this case Friday night when the product was released. So this is break number 2, the back half of that case. And of course, you know the drill. Yeah, there's our teams. There's our winning bidders across from it. And we pretty much always open them the night they ended. So you guys probably all know that already. But it's kind of habit, I think, by now. I just automatically start saying it. I see the spreadsheet, it starts rolling out. And of course, the reason, if you don't know this, if you didn't happen to see the first part of this break, or you haven't done another break with me, the reason those boxes are numbered on the end is this. When we start a brand new case and we don't finish it in the same night. Like sometimes I break whole cases. But in this instance, we just broke a half of the case. So to determine which boxes are opened out of that half case, or out of the whole case, to determine which are opened first half, which are opened second, I take everything out, I number it on the end, I put the numbers in random.org and use that to make a determination about which gets opened in break 1 versus what's left over to open in break number 2. Okay, so museum collection. We have 4 mini boxes in each one of our master boxes. So loads and loads and loads of packaging. That's what makes this break take so long, because there's not that many cards in it. This takes forever because you have to get everything out. Each of our mini boxes has a pack in it. Each of our packs will have a hit, either an autograph or a relic in there. And I'm trying to remember, I think aren't there 5 total cards in each of these mini boxes? I think that's right. Is that right? No, maybe there's more than that. Does it tell me on here? Yeah, there are 5. I was like, I don't know what I've got. Yes, so there are basically 20 cards per box. And then, of course, we're opening 6 boxes. So we're talking 120 cards in the break, which is, generally speaking, means everybody's going to get something. The helmet break has already been, Vincent. It was the Chargers. And Omar, what product are you looking for? Were you looking for the baseball jersey? I mean, that one I think you caught the tail end of. Or were you talking about the football helmet? I don't know which, I can't remember which one you are asking me about. I think you're asking me about the baseball jersey that we just broke, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Oh, and Greg, you asked me earlier, I think you asked me this in messages, and I didn't have time to answer you. You asked me about the Topps release dates for everything. I don't know that off the top of my head, man. And they also change those dates really often. But I will, if you remind me tomorrow, I'll look at the release calendar and kind of tell you what I see on there. But it changes really frequently, so it's probably not going to stay the dates that they've given us anyway. So we'll have 1 parallel per pack. This one is for Chris Sale. It is not numbered. Whenever you see that kind of, I don't know what that is, sort of a mustard sort of color border, it's not going to be numbered. Sometimes that border is a different color, then it will be numbered. There is an Ohtani base card for the Angels. There's Honus Wagner and Joey Votto. Our hit from pack number 1 is Josh Donaldson, numbered to 45 for the Jays. We've got triple relic there, and of course, many of you probably know when Topps pairs a signature with a relic, it is almost always a sticker for the autograph. Almost always. Not every single time, but a lot of the times. And that one was a sticker. So here's an example of one of our parallels that is numbered. That is blue to 150. It is Miguel Sano. The nice thing about Topps is this. They keep their colors pretty similar, right? So blues to 150, purples are to 250. They kind of keep it consistent across products, which is nice. Canvas collection. I think these are just interesting this year. That is Sandy Koufax for the Dodgers. That's one of the better ones. I have seen some of those this year that they do not even remotely resemble the person. That one actually wasn't too bad. Carlos Gonzalez for the Colorado Rockies. Primary pieces, quad relic, numbered to 99. Hey, Just T, what team do you have tonight? Are you in this break? Are you in Stadium Club? Which did you jump into tonight? So we can put out in the universe. We know who you're pulling for. Javier Baez is our parallel. Salvador Perez, Byron Buxton, George Brett. Our base cards. Our hit tonight is a meaningful material patch relic for the Diamondbacks with Zach Greinke, numbered to 25, and that is a pretty nice patch, I gotta say. I like that patch. You're in Stadium Club. Okay, so we're not far from your break. And the A's, did we hit a lot of A's in Stadium Club? I'm trying to remember. We've been hitting a ton of A's in Inception. Whew, like a crazy amount. Felix Hernandez with a nice little red parallel to 50 for the Seattle Mariners. Trey Mancini, Xander Bogart, and Aaron Judge, our base cards. A nice little J.P. Crawford to 25 for the Phillies. Always good to pull low-numbered rookie ink. Rhys Hoskins, I think we had a Rhys Hoskins maybe in the first half of this case. I don't know. I've opened so much baseball this week. It could have been in something else, but I think it was in this case. So the Phillies well represented in museum collection is the point. Oh, Just T is watching 3 breaks at once. You are multitasking. I like your style, my friend. I do stuff like that too. And then I usually will also have like the television on and be carrying on a conversation. So watch 3 breaks while watching television, like while talking to someone. It's usually my groove. Greg, do you have the Phillies in here tonight? You said more Philadelphia. So I'm not sure if you're saying more Philadelphia as in pull more because I want it, or more Philadelphia like, ugh, more Phillies and I don't have them. I'm not sure which sentiment you are expressing to me there. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, if you're happy or sad. But I will tell you who is happy tonight, and that is the Los Angeles Lakers landing LeBron with a 4-year, $154 million deal. Right after they announced this afternoon that like it looked like things were getting worse for the Lakers and they probably weren't going to land him and might not land anybody and blah, blah, blah. And it's like 2 hours later they signed LeBron James. That is numbered to 50. It is Moncada, White Sox, red parallel for our insert. Corey Kluber, Johnny Bench, and Severino, our base cards. And then we have Lucas Sims to 299, a rookie for the Braves. So, yeah, I don't know. That's going to be crazy, especially if Kawhi ends up going there with him. Roger Clemens. Another Roger Clemens base, following the one that was the insert, or the parallel, rather. Nolan Arenado, Chris Bryant, base cards. My Cincinnati Reds have a hit. Billy Hamilton, numbered to 35. And what about another Cincinnati Reds Grand Slam today? What in the world? So we go from the first part of the year where, I mean, a T-ball team could have probably beaten us. And now we've knocked out 3 Grand Slams in like a week. 2 of them by pitchers. I mean, insanity. Good, though. I'm happy about it, but can you believe? Edward Encarnacion for the Indians. And then we have Ernie Banks, Eric Hosmer, and Edwin Encarnacion again for our base cards. The Mets have a hit with Steven Matz. That is numbered to 99. All 3 of your swatches are 2-color, very nice looking swatches on that card with Steven Matz and the Mets. Also got a little signature on it. Oh boy, you know I can't say your username, so I'm going to call you Spica, which is probably way wrong. That's what, maybe I should call you 247. I probably get closer with that. So 247 is also watching 2 breaks right now and trying for the Cardinals, the Orioles, the White Sox, and the Brewers. Okay, we'll see what we can do there. Justin Verlander to 150, blue parallel for the Astros. And then we have Roberto Clemente, Canvas Collection, Jimmy Fox for the Red Sox. And, ooh, we have 2 hits in this box, and this one just made somebody happy. How about numbered 250, a nice little on card for your hot rookie, Rafael Devers. Very nice hit indeed if you have the Red Sox this evening. And we're going to follow that up with, hey, look at that. Another hit for the Red Sox. 2 hits out of 1 box, both for the same team. We have Mookie Betts, Andrew Benintendi, Chris Sale, and Craig Kimbrell. That's numbered to 75. And a nice little quad relic there for the Red Sox. Put our base card. There's the base. I don't know why I left 1 base Roberto Clemente laying there, but I did. Just T, I don't know. I mean, I think I kind of thought he was going to go to the Lakers. And then I started questioning it myself, though, honestly, after the media kept going, oh, well, LeBron has said he doesn't want to be the first superstar to sign with the Lakers. And, you know, the Lakers, it looks like, aren't going to be able to close a deal for Kawhi Leonard. And the 76ers are meeting with his reps this afternoon. You know, you start reading all this stuff, I'm thinking, oh, well, maybe I was way wrong. Then all the things, oh, LeBron was texting Kevin Durant, trying to get him to join him in Los Angeles, and Kevin Durant told him no, and so now LeBron's gonna, you know, all that stuff. You know how they are with all those rumors and rumor mill, but anyway, I didn't think there was any way he was staying in Cleveland no matter what happened. But I don't think that, frankly, I don't think Cleveland will be as bitter this time. Because the first time, oh boy, you guys remember that. Well, I have to say LeBron maybe didn't handle that super well the first time either. But, oh, there was the burning of the jerseys and such an intense hatred. And, you know, now at least the guy, he came back. He won him a championship. He got him to the finals several years in a row. So I think they won't have quite as much animosity towards him. That is Alex Bregman for our parallel. Clayton Kershaw, another Ohtani, and Honus Wagner are our base cards. And we have a little dual patch card here for the Rockies with Nolan Arenado and Charlie Blackmon. That is numbered 250. All right, you said it is. Well, but now, see, I still don't know. Is that, I guess, okay, Spick, is that Wop Whoop? I'm terrible with pronouncing names. You guys know this. He's trying to kind of give me a phonetic sort of guideline for his username, and I'm pretty sure that I still butchered it. So I think I'm just going to stick with 247, okay? Because I think that's the safest bet. Basically, if it's anything beyond, like, you know, Bob or Tom, I'm going to butcher it. That is numbered to 150 Ichiro for the Mariners. That is one thing I think we all can safely count on, is that I will mispronounce at least half the names. Derek Jeter, Adrian Beltre are our base cards. Canvas collection is Ozzie Smith for the Cardinals. Our hit, the Yankees, Didi Gregorius. And you got a pinstripe, so that makes me happy. It's numbered to 299. I do very much like getting the pinstripes if it's possible on the uniform. And if the uniform has a pinstripe and you don't get it in the relic, you just get some like boring plain piece of fabric, it really offends me. I always get mad at Topps over that. This is numbered to 99, Kyle Schwarber and the Cubs. And then we have Joey Votto for my Reds. Salvador Perez and Byron Buxton are our base cards. Our hit, Chance Sisco. I like that hit, to 299. Rookie for the Orioles. One letter should be easy. Exactly, Just T. That is the whole point. I like your username. I can manage that one. Gary Sanchez is our parallel. Rivera, McCutchen, and Syndergaard happen to be our base cards. And we have a quad relic for the Yankees. It's Sanchez, Tanaka, Gregorius, and Betances. Hey, 3 out of 4 with a pinstripe. Yay, pinstripes. Where's the number? There it is. Lower right corner. It's numbered to 99. Yeah, I don't know what my deal is, but I've always been horrible with name pronunciation. I said in a break the other night, I think it's probably because I never took a foreign language, a spoken foreign language. I think that's probably part of the reason that I have some kind of weird mental block about it. I stupidly took 2 years of Latin. I know that was dumb. But hey, what can I say? I was young, so there you go. Just T says the Yankees are his favorite team. And again, I'm going to call you 247. Oh, I can't even repeat what you said because it's a family show. Even though I hear what you're saying, man. Which is also the name of a play, actually, what you typed in there. And now Toby is feeling like he just brought on the avalanche of Yankees hits earlier because he said he was tired of seeing them. I don't think it works that way, Toby. I don't think so. It's just some of these sets have obviously are more slant heavier to certain teams than others do. It's kind of always been that way. Frank Thomas for the White Sox. You just have to figure out which team it's going to be in every product, right? Mike Piazza, and he's a Met on that card, by the by. Steven Strasburg, this is another package or pack with 2 hits in it. And we have a Med Rosario, nice little rookie hit to 299 for the poor wayward Mets who are having just a terrible, terrible season. Started off so good. Went off the rails a bit, though. Aaron Nola for the Phillies. And Aaron is numbered to 299. Dual relic sticker auto. Hey, who was the guy that the Mets had to pay for like all of time and eternity? It's not really all of time and eternity, but like the guy hasn't played for them in, oh, I don't know, probably 15, 20 years, and they're still paying him because they were going to owe him, I don't remember what it was, like $5 or $6 million at the time. They didn't have the money for the last year of his contract, so they agreed to this other crazy deal where they paid him a 8% interest and something for like a zillion years. Anyway, he ends up getting like $30 million bucks. Numbered to 150, that is Manny Machado and the Orioles. Anyway, July 1st is his payday. I just can't remember what the guy's name is. I'm blanking on it. Ozzie Smith base card and a Canvas Collection Noah Syndergaard. Red Sox hit again. That is Craig Kimbrell with a really nice looking patch, actually. And that is numbered to 50. And that's probably part of a letter, I'm going to say, maybe. Anyway, I like it. I know 247 being politically correct is overrated. I'm actually not trying to be politically correct. I'm just trying to not say anything offensive because lots of people watch with their kids, right? So I try not to say curse words and things that would offend young ears, basically. So that's my deal, more so than being PC, because if you catch me outside of this, yeah, you'd probably find I'm not very PC. That's numbered to 99, Javier Baez and the Cubbies. Our base, Babe Ruth, Ryan Braun, and Kyle Schwarber. We have a hit coming for the Minnesota Twins, and it is Brian Dozier. That's numbered to 10. It's barely a 3-color patch. There's a tiny, tiny little, minuscule bit of white that you can see if you look really closely and when it's turned to the side. So really it's more like a 2-color patch, but there is a slight shade of white in there on that very, very edge, you know. Did I say Red Sox? What did I say? Are you talking about on the Twins? Did I say Red Sox? I'm sorry. That's the Minnesota Twins, and apparently I must have said Red Sox. I don't know. Sorry. I do that sometimes. I think one thing and I read off the wrong team or I say the wrong team. So if I did that, I'm sorry, guys. Eric Hosmer is our parallel. Rafael Devers, Frank Thomas base cards. And then we have George Brett canvas collection. And I mean, look at that. It looks a little bit like George Brett, but it also looks a little bit like, I don't know, like one of those guys who would dress up in clown makeup and come stalk you in the woods. Like there's just something weird about the drawings this year for canvas collection. Here is the St. Louis Cardinals to 299, and that is Jack Flaherty. So that's a nice hit for the Cardinals. Oh, 247. I know that is a PG word for sure. I do, but you know what? You just never know. Sometimes young kids are watching, and school's out, and they might be watching with their mom or their dad or their grandparents or whatever. I just try to keep it all appropriate, no matter what age. How about that? That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, Just T says that the Red Sox are saying the Red Sox is the equivalent of saying a bad word. That's funny. Toby says, oh, maybe. Toby says that looks like the guy from the Goonies. Yeah, that might be a little bit like the guy from the Goonies. I don't know what is up with the canvas collection this year, but a lot of them, don't you think they're just kind of odd looking? I mean, I've definitely seen prior years where the artwork on canvas collection was a little better, shall we say. A little, maybe more accurate. I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for, but I'm not loving them this year. We'll put it like that. Paul Goldschmidt is our parallel. Then we have Aaron Judge, Barry Larkin, and Josh Donaldson for base cards. Yankees hit again. This is Clint Frazier, numbered to 149. Poor little Clint Frazier. He can't seem to get going. He gets up, and then I think he gets sent back down, and of course, had that concussion at the first of the year, and he kind of got left in the dust of Torres and Andahar is the biggest problem for Clint Frazier this year, I think. This is numbered to 150. It is the blue parallel for the Padres of Will Myers. Rizzo, Adam Jones, and a canvas collection for the Astros. And that is Nolan Ryan, according to the back. So there you go. There's Nolan Ryan of sorts. Cole Hamels coming out for the Texas Rangers. That's a very nice patch. That's numbered to 25. You definitely have 3 colors there. I would anticipate that as part of a letter. And that's a nice patch. I like that. The Tobys are my entertainment for the night, you said. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. And this is for the Angels with a little parallel there. 247 says, oh, everything today is based on the fear of what can happen to you. See, I'm kind of not really basing it on the fear of what can happen to me, because, like, what's going to happen to me, really? I mean, it's just a, live broadcast of breaking cards. Mine is more, I don't want little people exposed to certain things. I think that's just, just part of it. You either feel that way about little people or you don't. There's not probably much middle ground. That's kind of how I view it. Numbered to 10, here is our case hit, our framed card. This is Jacob deGrom for the Mets. So the Mets with a little case hit, numbered to 10, and the frame looks to be in pretty good shape tonight. Sometimes those little frames will be dented or dinged or have, paint missing or the finish missing on them. But that little gold frame looks to be, as a whole, in pretty good shape. Toby's now saying go Yankees to see if it has the opposite effect, if he can stop the Yankees from getting any more hits. Greg Maddux is our parallel. Then we have George Brett, Trey Mancini, and Xander Bogaerts for our base. Our hit is the Cubbies. It is Javier Baez, numbered to 99. 4 relics in total. 2 managed to come out with a pinstripe. So I am happy to see, the pinstripes. This is our final box of museum collection out of this case anyway. So if you have not yet hit what you're looking for, now's the time to work your mojo and see if we can't come up with what you're looking for here. Hopefully we can. We're going to do our best anyway. I don't know if you guys can hear that I have my neighbors setting off the fireworks again right now. They've been at it for a few days, 2-3 days now, 4 days, I don't know. They'll probably continue on for about 4 or 5 days after the 4th of July. My neighborhood is very patriotic. They like to set off fireworks for at least 2 weeks. That's right, 247. It is last box mojo. You remember how that works. So we're calling out for our last box mojo and hoping for the best. Nolan Arenado is our parallel. Mark McGwire, Freddie Freeman, and Mookie Betts, our base cards. The Giants have a hit with Hunter Pence. Quad relic numbered to 99, and they couldn't even give us a second color. That always makes me sad. Give us a second color, Topps. You got 4 swatches on there. You couldn't give me a little tiny bit of something? A little orange, something on one of those? I don't know. And we have Babe Ruth to 99 for, you got it, the Yankees. And a little parallel card there. Goldschmidt, Albert, and you. Our hit is Sonny Gray for the Yankees to 299. So I have to say, Toby, your reverse psychology, trying to say go Yankees to see if it would keep them from getting any more hits. It did not work, my friend. It was a valiant effort, though. I applaud the effort. Chris Bryant, parallel. Gary Sanchez, Alex Bregman, Greg Maddux, our base cards. The Nationals, I saw the Nationals. I got very excited. And then it's Anthony Rendon, which is still fine. But that is numbered to 50. Nice tricolor relic. Good size patch. But it was not, I was hoping it was going to be Victor Robles. And of course soon, you know what, we'll be finding Juan Soto, which is who we need to be finding. But they haven't had time to work him into products yet. Other than Bowman. Lou Gehrig to 150. You got it. Parallel for the Yankees. And then we have Bo Jackson, Cal Ripken, and a canvas collection for the Tigers of Al Kaline, which I have to say, I just don't think that's a good sketch. I really do not. I mean, several of them are questionable, but that one I really just don't like. And the last hit of the night, oh my goodness, is also for the Yankees, and it is Greg Bird. And it's baseball bat, so no fabric on that one, numbered to 299, and a sticker auto as well. So if you have the Yankees this evening, you have kind of cleaned house on this half case of museum collection. Let's go over our parallels here. Of course, anything in the blue is to 150. Anything in that sort of mustardy, orangey yellow is unnumbered. Anything in our purple is to 99. So that kind of gives you a rundown of what you're going to see. There's also some red in here. When we get to the red, it is numbered to 50. So that way, we're not going to go through and read all the numbers off in the recap, but that little overview there should tell you what you just saw. let's take a look at our patch cards. We're not going to look at the backs and all that again because, of course, this is just the second pass through, but this is for anybody who might have missed some of the cards earlier, or I don't know, maybe you've got a team and you want to write down your hits. That's what I used to do. And then I put them in the notes in eBay, like when you can go into your items that you've purchased and they give you a spot to put notes. I would always go in there after I watched the break and I would write the notes of the hits I was expecting, or at least the main or the major hits. And then that way when packages arrived with, I could match up, you know, what came from who and leave my feedback and do all my stuff. So, you know, that's the way I used to do it anyway. Lately, I haven't done enough. I can keep track of it myself. I've only done a couple breaks recently. There for a while, when I had more time, I would, oh gosh, I'd buy into 6-8 breaks a night. I love buying into other people's breaks too, because here, I love breaking. I really enjoy doing this, but I obviously don't get to keep any of these cards. And I buy into other people's breaks, well, I get to keep some of that, so if I'm lucky enough to hit, I should say. All right, so that has museum collection wrapped up. That is the back half of the case, so that is case number 1 finished up. When case number 2 gets listed, I may list that as a full case instead of as half case breaks. I haven't really decided yet, but I may. So the next time you see a museum collection listing from me, just make sure you look always really at the quantity to see if I've changed something from a half case to a full case or something like that. Occasionally they'll, you know, flip around that way. So always make sure you notice that if you're bidding with me. And by now, I'm going to say probably pretty much everybody has seen this, but just in case you haven't, there again is a projected shipping date, and consolation cards don't apply for Stadium Club. So hoping to get this out the door sooner than Friday, but right now projecting it as a Friday shipping date. Once again, with a reminder that there is no mail service on Wednesday. So nothing picked up and nothing delivered. I may print some labels that day, so you may get a shipping notice like something went out, but of course it really wouldn't go out until the 5th, and that would be the date on the label as well. 8 boxes of 2018 Stadium Club Baseball. This is a half case break, also break number 2. This product came out on Wednesday. We opened the first half of this case on Thursday. Few teams in here are unsold. Anything that is unsold, you will see it designated as no bids / buyback, or actually dash is the way I have it there. And basically all that means is those orphan teams, if anything comes out for one of them, it will just stay here with me and join its brothers on Card Mountain, which is pretty soon. I'm going to have Sherpas leading people up Card Mountain because it is ginormous. Because it's all stuff that, well, it's a variety of stuff. It's things that people bid on and don't pay for. Imagine that. That happens a lot. I've already been tagged for over $100 just this week alone. Yay. And it's also stuff that, you know, teams that don't sell, teams that aren't paid for. Sometimes I open stuff, I buy stuff for myself, open it myself. It's cards from that. It's cards from breaks that I have bought into, that people have shipped me. I mean, Card Mountain is huge. It's really just huge. I would love to get it sorted, and I try, and I've been saying for 2 years now that I'm going to get it sorted, but I never kind of do. I get little bits and pieces of it done, you know, like I'll take a chunk of it and work on a small chunk of it and get that sorted and put away, and then by the end of the week it's like that chunk plus 5 more equal sized chunks have taken its place. So there is no getting ahead of Card Mountain, I'll tell you that. So Stadium Club, we are looking for 2 autographs per box. we will generally find some inserts and parallels and things along the way. And of course, many or all of you know that the cool thing about Stadium Club really is the photography. I mean, that's what makes this set a little more unique, is you see some different shots than you would see on traditional cards. And of course, there's also a few traditional pictures used as well. There will be some parallels in here that will be just designated by the color of the name. So like the base ones are going to be silver. Then we'll find that in a number of other colors. They're not numbered, the other colors, generally speaking, but they're just parallels. So there's orange writing, there's black writing, there's red writing, all of those just parallels to the base. Just T says, what else was hit for the Yankees in museum? Oh gosh, they had so much stuff. I couldn't even tell you what all they hit. It was a considerable amount though. Yeah, it was a lot. It really was. So here's one of the parallels I was talking about. This is a red one. And again, you know, those parallels are not numbered. That is the only difference. So the most, what's the one the highest quantity of those will be red. Then probably behind that, maybe the black, and then behind that, the orange. And here is our very first autograph out of this break, and is Troy Scribner for the Angels, who meanwhile are saying, we really only wanted Ohtani. I know, and maybe we'll find you Ohtani, but we're starting you off with Scribner. There are several of these black and white parallels. The majority, they're not really parallels, but they're inserts. The majority of the black and white ones are retired players. Sandy Koufax was that particular one. An insert for Shohei, Never Compromise. Trying to think if there's any. Whoops, there's a red one for Villanueva. The little Ozzy for the Braves, of course. Just a base rookie, but nonetheless, Power Zone, another insert we'll find quite a bit of as we go along through. Oh, just the last couple. Maybe was Greg Bird one of those? Did you see the Greg Bird? Honestly, I don't know. I don't retain that stuff. Generally speaking, I remember it about as long as it takes me to see the next hit, and then it shoots right back out of my head most of the time. Unless it's something super awesome, you know, one of ones and things like that. Yeah, I'm gonna probably remember a little more easily. But it's just due to the massive amount of cards that I see every week, because between the breaks and then what I sort and what I ship, yeah, I see a massive amount of cards and memorabilia, really, every week, and I can't keep up with all of it. Hey, Nationals, nice hit. Victor Robles for Washington Nationals. And you know, if Victor had not been injured, he would have been the call-up instead of Juan Soto. So how about that? Juan Soto, who is tearing it up, would probably still be down in the minors had it not been for Victor being injured. There is a chrome parallel. They call these Stadium Chrome. Again, those are not numbered, but we're going to find pretty, I don't know, a reasonable amount of them as we go along through the way. Just T says you blame your bad memory on age. Well, I could blame mine on that too, actually. That was a Special Forces insert that went through. There's another Never Compromise insert. That one was Benintendi. A red Dylan Peters. Power Zone, Andrew McCutchen. That's red. Those are normally not red. So Andrew McCutchen red Power Zone also. Special Forces Shohei Ohtani. In the first half of the case, we found, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 Ohtani inserts. So I mean, it seems like there's a decent number of Ohtani inserts in Stadium Club anyway. I don't know why they put, there's a little styrofoam in the bottom of every one of these boxes, and I really don't know what its purpose is. I mean, maybe it's supposed to be kind of an extra layer of protection for the cards. But if so, why wouldn't it be on the top as well? I don't know. I don't know why that styrofoam's in there. But it is every year. Stadium Club puts it in there, so. Oh, Elfrid Payton is going to NOLA. Huh, how about that? Just saw it pop up. I watched the break on my iPad so that I can see the chat, because you can't watch it on the same device where you're doing the live stream, where it causes echoing and all kinds of other weirdness. So I use the iPad for that purpose, and I get alerts that come up. I don't know if that was ESPN or Bleacher Report, who that was, but somebody just gave me an alert that Elfrid Payton signed a deal with New Orleans. Because, of course, free agency in full swing, having started last night at midnight, with the first big deal coming from the Nuggets. Re-signing Will Barton for, what was it, $50-something million. Which, I mean, he did have a good year for them, but still, whew, more than you would think Will Barton would earn, kind of. Ginger. Hey, Ginger. This is our second box. Yeah, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So you've only missed box number 1, because all I'm doing right now, of course, is taking box number 2 we're getting ready to look at. I was getting it all out of the packs first. And we hit, out of box 1, we hit the Nationals and the Angels, the Nats and the Angels. There's a Dominic Smith with the black print on it for that particular parallel. Another Power Zone, a nice little Alex Verdugo Stadium Club Chrome rookie hit for the Dodgers. And a red for the Yankees. That was Aroldis Chapman, wasn't it? I think that it was. And I saw an article today that they think that the Reds are going to consider trade offers for Iglesias. That just makes me crazy. I mean, why do the Reds... We need pitching in the worst way all the time. And by the way, we've had really good pitchers along the way, and we always trade them away, and then we just are terrible. What is the deal? We find, you know, you get a good reliever, keep him. What is wrong with the Reds? I don't get it. And here's a nice little hit for the Phillies with Victor Arano. It's a little different lineup sometimes in Stadium Club. You don't always find... the people that you pull in Stadium Club don't always come out of the other Topps products quite as readily. So a nice little change of pace sometimes. That was a Dream Team insert that went by. There's another Never Compromise. Just T is looking for the A's, the Oakland A's in here. So Never Compromise Bryce Harper. Well, hopefully we can find you a little hit for the A's somewhere along the way. Power Zone Shohei Ohtani. Should be back hitting at least pretty soon, sounds like. Pitching, I don't know. If they're going to have him back on the mound this year or not. Maybe. I mean, it sounds like it's healing pretty well, so maybe. Darryl Strawberry on the Chrome Parallel. Special Forces insert. I am aware that some of these are upside down. I generally, guys, do not flip those over unless somebody specifically wants them all flipped over. Usually if some are going one direction, some are going the other. In a break with a lot of base cards like this, I just kind of let it roll that way. If that makes you crazy and you want them flipped, jump into chat and let me know. We'll take care of it for you. The Blue Jays with a rookie hit for Richard Urena, who has really been coming out of Topps products pretty regularly. I would say most things that we break, he's in there without a whole lot of trouble to find him. The Blue Jays. I just wanted Baby Vlad up, and he got injured, didn't he? Pretty sure he did. And I don't think it was a dreadful injury, but yet something happened to him, and I can't remember specifically what it was. It's been in the last couple weeks anyway. And so now I don't know if Baby Vlad's going to get called up right away or not. But they have a lot of nice prospects in the Blue Jays farm system. Just waiting to come up. Probably headlined by Baby Vlad. And Bo Bichette. I mean, they've got some good prospects for the Jays. Well, okay. Tried that wrapper twice. I guess third time is the charm. Let's stop and look at some. I'm tired of opening those wrappers right now. Let's see what we have, and then we'll open some more. There's only so long I can go without looking at the cards anyway. You know, delayed gratification not being my strong suit. So, yeah. We'll open a few and look at a few and roll like that for a while. It was a nice little rookie Mejia there that went by for the Indians. It was just base, but still kind of cool. I liked the picture on it anyway. So, and of course that is the thing about Stadium Club, the pictures. They said the Astros were interested in Iglesias. I forget who the other team was that they mentioned. It was the Astros, and there's another Shohei base, and somebody else. I can't think who the somebody else was. But I remember when I saw it, I thought, ooh, I hope if we do trade him, I hope we trade him to the Astros, because they have some pretty good prospects. But knowing my luck, the Reds will trade him to some stupid place for another third baseman, because we only have about 800 of them, and then we drafted another one. For the Cardinals, Valeria. Or Valera. Maybe not Ia, just Valera, perhaps. So that, you know, that'll be what'll happen. The Reds will say, yeah, we'll trade you for another third base or another shortstop. Because we have about 600 of both of those. But yet we would trade away the pitchers. And that's who we need. I don't know. I think it's dumb. I hope they don't trade him. Which means they almost certainly will. Because that's the way those things always work. And we have Dylan Maples for the Cubbies. Was our second hit out of box number 2. Or was that box number 3? That might have been box number 3. Of course, we will recap all the hits at the end of the break. I imagine everybody knows that, but just in case you don't, I will. Zach Cozart. I still hate seeing Zach Cozart as an Angel. I wanted him to stay with Cincinnati. I think he got hurt too. A lot of people have been hurt this year. Seems like more so than normal in baseball anyway. Always people getting hurt in football, but not usually as much in baseball. Greg Bird to 25 for the Yankees. I know. I can just hear the collective groaning. You guys are like, dang, the Yankees. We did say the word Yankees a lot for sure in the last break with Museum Collection. But guess what, Oakland A's and Just T? I have something for you too. It's Dustin Fowler. How about that? And that one is numbered 250. 15 of 50. So Just T, you are on the board, my friend, with Dustin Fowler. And numbered, no less. So even better. Chrome Ichiro. He is a, well, let's just look. I think he's a Mariner there. Yeah, Mariner. You have to look because sometimes they'll be sneaky and put a Marlin in there, even though Ichiro is currently a Mariner. So you have to be sneaky. You have to check that out because Topps will sneak in another team on you when you're not looking. Yes, Just T is happy because he got his Oakland A. He got Dustin Fowler to 50. Not too shabby indeed. I think I've got maybe one case of Stadium Club left. I don't ever order a whole lot of Stadium Club, even though I do like the photography. I like the set as a whole. For whatever reason, it has never been a set that breaks particularly well. In fact, sometimes it doesn't even break as well as Series 1 and Series 2, which I think is kind of odd. But anyway, it doesn't usually break quite as well, and it has a lot of cards in it. And then they put it out in such close proximity to Series 2 that, you know, when it comes out, I'm always in that little bit of a hangover from having all the base cards of Series 2. You're like, oh, so I don't ever order a whole lot of Stadium Club. Andrew Stevenson, our autograph for the Washington Nationals. And, yeah, so we probably do it again as a couple of half case breaks, but won't really break much more than the one extra case. Might not even break that. You never know. That is Stadium Chrome Bo Jackson. Sometimes I trade stuff to my local card shop. And if he wants more Stadium Club and he has something that I want instead, I might just trade that other case out. You never know. I traded him some Stadium Club already, but I got the feeling that he wouldn't mind having a little bit more, so might pay him a little visit next week and see what he's got, if he's got anything I'm after. And here is a Stadium Chrome Severino, and I would have thought, I forget though, the gold parallels of these are not numbered in here, and I always forget that. I'm always looking for the number, thinking, where's the number? And then it hits me. The gold ones are not numbered. But anyway, it is definitely a parallel. And I've got somebody stuck there. Who was that? Manny Machado trying to hide. And I just stacked that in the wrong place. John Smoltz, Never Compromise for the Braves. That one is numbered to 99. You can see it up there in the upper left-hand corner. Just T says not bad for $7.50. Yeah, you're right about that. Everything went just absurdly low tonight for Stadium Club. Really, even Museum Collection went low. Everything went fairly low tonight, but Stadium Club was ridiculous. I mean, there were so many teams selling for $3, $4, $5. I mean, crazy, crazy low stuff. But, you know, that's part of what makes breaking fun. Sometimes you can spend a little and get a lot. That balances out the times when you spend a lot and get nothing, or spend a lot and get a little. So you gotta have some nights where you can buy in at a lower than normal price and still get some hits. Make it all even out. Anyway, it's how I look at it. Whit Merrifield, there's one you don't see very often for the Kansas City Royals. Don't pull a lot of Whit autographs. So if you happen to have the Royals tonight, you probably like that hit. Oh, hey, hey, hey. Shohei Ohtani Instavision. Cool, cool, cool. So if you have the Angels, that's pretty cool. You know I like, well, you may not know, but I like the Instavision. So I'm happy to see Shohei come out in the Instavision, although honestly I'm happy to see anybody come out in Instavision because I happen to like that card set. But that is a nice little case hit there for the Angels and Shohei Ohtani. Robbie Ray. And the redesign of Instavision is pretty good this year. I didn't like, even though I like the card set, last year's card design for that was kind of weird. It had a lot of orange in it. Maybe I guess I shouldn't say it's weird, but it just had a lot of orange in it, and so I didn't like it as much. This year's, I think, is a much better looking design for Instavision anyway. Just T said it's a case hit. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Edward, you're here tonight. Hi, Edward. Yeah, I don't know how plentiful Shohei Instavision is. I mean, obviously, being case hits, they're not showing up, you know, a million times per case, but I don't know how often he's coming out as the case hit, so I don't know what the scarcity or the rarity is for that, but I know it's a nice hit. And we had a nice Shohei autograph and patch out of Inception the other night. But it's going to be hard to top that beautiful one that we pulled out of Bowman Chrome, or out of Bowman earlier this year. I don't think we're going to top that bad boy. I doubt I will ever, I shouldn't say I will never, but I would be surprised if I pull another Ohtani that brings close to 6 figures like that one. I mean, that was incredible. Of course, it's not every day you're going to pull a card of any sort that's going to sell for close to $100,000, so it doesn't matter who the player is. That just doesn't happen very often. All right, I'm going to leave those other little packs sitting there because I want to look at some cards. We'll open those other little packs in a few minutes after we look at our cards. Here's our first orange one of the evening, and it's for the Braves, Gohara. Luis Gohara. And we have an autograph hit, Austin Barnes. Austin Barnes is a Dodger. And, you know, I don't know how much work he's going to get with Yasmani kind of entrenched there in the catcher's position, but I guess you never know. And you know, I haven't watched the Dodgers play the entire year. I don't know why. I just haven't seen them. I haven't seen them play all year. I just now realized that. And I like the Dodgers a little bit. Of course, as probably most of you know by now, I'm not a... I mean, Cincinnati is my team, but I don't have any teams that I'm like, ooh, I hate that team. And there's lots of teams that I like to watch play for various reasons. And normally, the Dodgers is one of the teams I would kind of try to catch. I lived out there for a while, lived in LA a couple different times. So I would normally catch them somewhere along the way, but I haven't this year. Greg Allen and the Cleveland Indians. It's a cool hit for the Indians. Again, you don't see as much Greg Allen, or I don't see as much Greg Allen. So nice to get a little change of pace with some of our autographs. You know, I realized right before I had to go live tonight, I've lost my keys somewhere. And I'm hoping that I haven't left them hanging down there in the front door in the lock. I've been known to do that before. It's been a long time since I've done it, but I have done it. Usually when I'm coming in the door carrying lots of stuff, you know, and you open the door, but you don't take the keys out because your hands are full, that kind of thing. And then later you see the door open, and you just shut the door. Thinking about the fact that your keys are in there. So I don't know. When we finish tonight, I've got to find my keys because I don't know where they are. And that will be unfortunate in the morning. That might slow things down a little bit. So I got to round those up. I need to put I need to put a tile on it so that I can use tile to find it. Of course, I don't usually lose my keys, honestly. It's very rare for me to misplace them. But often when I do, they are hanging in the door, so we'll see if that's what the case is tonight or not. All right, we have got 3 boxes left. That includes the one that I'm just now opening the packs for. So 3 total left to look through. 5 opened. This is one of those products where I kind of wonder, why does Topps make this a 16-box case? Because that's a very Panini kind of thing to do, you know? Panini's always the one putting out these 16 and 20 box cases and stuff where you're like, oh my gosh, you know, why can't you do a normal 10 or 12 box case, especially of stuff that has massive amounts of base cards like this does. But this is one of the weird ones that Topps does in 16 box cases. Like Inception, it makes sense to do a 16 box case for Inception. As there's 1 pack per box, there's, you know, not very many cards per pack. It's easy to manage a 16 box case of that. Little more labor intensive, a 16 box case of this. I'd be much happier if they'd make them 12. Because, you know, then you could theoretically probably do it as a full case break without feeling like you've spent a whole day doing it, kind of thing. The worst, I think, is Panini and their basketball products. Hoops and, is that going to be numbered? No, I thought it might be, but it isn't. Hoops and Donruss basketball both, which have tons and tons and tons and tons of base cards in them. And nobody's ever, like, super pumped about Hoops especially. I mean, a little more following for Donruss than there is for Hoops. But they make those 20-box cases. 20-box cases. Like, who would open that as a full case or even a half case? You can't. It's insanity. Like, why in the world do they do that? Alex Wood is our autograph hit for the Dodgers. I wish some of those places would put out a survey where we could give our opinions. They would maybe change some things. Atlanta Braves, Max Fried, is our next autograph hit. Those two came out almost back-to-back. Not quite, but pretty close. Yeah, because there's lots of things that I think if they would ever ask both the people who buy into the breaks and the people who conduct the breaks, if they would ask for some opinions on things, I think we could help them, couldn't we? I think we could. That is a red Andrew Stevenson for the Nationals. And there's a Cal Ripken Jr. Chrome. Somebody did, the Mariners and somebody, I think, did the Back to the Future jersey promotion this weekend where they wear the, you know, far out uniforms. Hank Aaron, orange parallel. I'll have to go look up the pictures for that, because they're probably pretty funny, I would imagine. This is box 7, getting ready to come out of the wrappers. All right, let's see what we've got here. Here's a Max Scherzer Chrome for the Nationals. Special Forces insert. Dream Team and Special Forces. Why do I keep thinking? I keep thinking it is numbered. The Max Scherzer. I'm like, I keep looking at some of these thinking, why are they not numbered? I was looking in the upper left corner. Silly me. Upper right corner, numbered to 99. is the Max Scherzer Special Forces. If you don't know this already, all of the cards will ship from this break. So if I happen to have let something numbered pass me by, was looking in the wrong spot for the number or something, not to worry. You are still going to get it when your cards come in the mail. Well, if you have that team, you're going to get it. I should qualify that. Because if you don't have that team, I'm not going to send it to you. Hopefully you will only get the cards that you are supposed to get, no more and no less. That would be the goal. This is an orange Nolan Arenado for the Rockies. That was a red that I shot by there a little too quickly. That is George Brett. A Bryce Harper Special Forces. Here comes our hit. Looks like it is for the Diamondbacks. And it is Anthony Banda for the Arizona Diamondbacks. What did you say, dang, about Just T? I just now looked over there and saw you typed in dang, but I don't know what the dang was for. I probably didn't look over quick enough. And also there is a little delay, by the way, in chat, if you guys don't know that. From the time you type it in till the time it shows up here. And I can adjust makes it closer to real time, but then when you adjust the latency down to that level, it can cause buffering and all kinds of other problems. So most of the time I just settle for the little bit of a delay. There is Villanueva for the Padres. Oh, you're right about that. Banda shows up quite a bit. He's another one. Besides the guy for the Blue Jays, that Urena that shows up a lot in the 2018 products, Anthony Banda shows up a lot as well. And honestly, I think a large part of that is just Topps trying to give every team representation. And so, of course, there are some teams that have lots of good rookies that are coming up, and so you see more of you don't see the same rookie every single time. Then you have other teams that maybe they've only got one or two that are going to be in the product all year, so you feel like you just keep seeing those same one or two over and over and over, because yeah, we are seeing those same one or two over and over and over. Yeah, so I think you're saying dang that you didn't get all the cards. I know, I feel that way all the time. That's human nature. We all want all the cards. Or just pieces, or maybe Anthony Banda's just happy that people want his autograph. Well, that could be too, I guess. You never know. You never know how those things are going to go. I've often wondered how much these guys get paid to sign. I mean, obviously the superstars are going to get paid at a whole different level than an Anthony Banda, for instance. But I've always been kind of curious what they pay them. I need to ask that. One of my reps used to work for Upper Deck, and he dealt with a lot of athlete signings and things like that. He probably wouldn't know the specific contract amount of really any of them, but he would probably know a ballpark of, like, a rookie might get this, somebody else might get that. That is Nolan Ryan in a chrome, stadium chrome insert. I need to ask him that the next time I talk to him. I ask him all kinds of weird questions. Oh, I see a redemption. I don't know who it is yet. I ask him all kinds of strange questions about trading cards and signings of trading cards and memorabilia signings and things, because I don't know, he knows all kinds of stuff. I think it's interesting, so I'm always picking his brain about things. So I think the next time I speak to him, I will ask him that, see what we can find out. You know what? Since we're in the last box, I'm going to leave, well, I leave them upside down a lot of times anyway, just because we save something for the end. But we're on the last box anyway. We're going to last box Mojo that. Mojo to you. And then we'll flip it over and see who it is. Just T thinks it's going to be Rafael Devers for the Red Sox. You must have seen some of it. Have you seen him come out as a redemption a lot? Is that the deal? I haven't seen any redemptions come out of Stadium Club yet, so I don't know who to even speculate that it could be at this point. Yeah, you have seen him come out a lot as redemptions. Okay. Well, we'll find out if you are correct pretty shortly here. Another Shohei base. And of course, after we look at the rest of these, we'll flip over the redemption, check it out, then we'll recap. Here is Lynn for the Red Sox. We'll try and mojo that redemption into being something huge and major that we all will ooh and ah over while we're looking at the last of our cards here. White is Ohtani chance. What does that mean? What are you telling me? I don't know what you're telling me. Hey, here is another autograph. So, we have 2 autographs in this box and that. Because here is Jack Flaherty for the Cardinals. I started to say the Louisville Cardinals. Let's try that again. This is St. Louis Cardinals. There are Louisville Cardinals, but they're a college team. So 2 autographs already. And yet a redemption. How about that? Jose Barrios, chrome. Okay. Okay, not blue. What are you saying, Just T? Not blue color of border. I don't know what you're telling me there, my friend. You may have to translate for me. My brain is old and tired tonight. Oh, you're saying the Ohtani redemption card is normally white and not blue. I understand now. You were right the first time. It's Devers for the Red Sox. But you know what? We will go to the checklist and verify this. I mean, we know where this is going, but you also know that I'm kind of a geek that way. I'm going to go there. We're going to put it on screen, and everybody will be able to see it. It is Lone Star Signatures autograph for Rafael Devers and the Red Sox. But let's buzz on over here to Topps checklist. Our friend Topps. What are we opening right now? Stadium Club. Think about that a minute. Isn't that awful? I'm thinking museum collection. No, wait, what? Stadium Club. Lone Star Signatures is what we have to scroll down to. Unfortunately, Topps does not show us what something is going to be numbered to, unlike, of course, Panini, where we can look it up and find out exactly what it's going to be numbered to, which I like better. Can't do that with these. So, we're getting there. We're getting there. Lone Star Signatures. Can't be very many, right? because look at this checklist. So this has got to be pretty low numbered, I would think. There he is, and there you can see it's Red Sox. And just looking at the selection, Judge, Harper, Rosario, Jackson, Jeter, Lindor, yeah, that's going to be low numbered. I'm virtually certain of that. So what it will be numbered, I don't know, but I think you can reasonably expect it will be low. Okay? So there we go. Let's recap. Oh yes, Just T. I knew, of course, for sure that he is a Red Sox. But again, I always go to the checklist and verify those things on screen when they're a redemption, because I just don't want to get into a situation where somebody says, "Oh, well, Rod Carew played for the Twins and the Angels, and which one is that for?" Or I don't think that's. You'd just be surprised. You would just be surprised the things that you can run into or the things that people will say and do. So it's just better for me to go to the checklist and show them always, even when I know them. Last year, I would go to the checklist for Aaron Judge, and I don't know anybody in the world that wouldn't have known Aaron Judge was a Yankee, but I still went there every time. Speaking of the Yankees, here's Greg Bird, numbered to 25. Of course, we had lots and lots of cards that were red and black parallels and various things like that, but I set aside that, and I accidentally stacked in the stack these two, but I've gotten them back out real quickly. That is to 99 for the Braves. That's in the upper left-hand corner. In the upper right, you will find numbered to 99, the Max Scherzer and the Nationals. And then we have the Devers Red Sox redemption. Jack Flaherty for the Cardinals. For the Red Sox, Lynn. Villanueva for the Padres. Banda, Diamondbacks. Max Fried for the Braves. Alex Wood for the Dodgers. The Indians have Greg Allen. Austin Barnes comes to join the party for the Dodgers. The Kansas City Royals have Whit Merrifield, Andrew Stevenson, and the Nationals. Here's a nice little Dustin Fowler for Just T's Oakland A's. That happens to be numbered to 50. And then we have Dylan Maples, Cubbies, followed by Valera for the Cardinals, Urena for the Blue Jays. The Phillies have Arano, I don't know, something like that. Victor Robles, nice little hit for the Nats. And Scribner coming out for the Angels. So that is our break for tonight, my friends. That is all that we have to open up this evening. Oh, Just T, you watch 10 to 20 breaks a day? That's good, man. That's a lot. No wonder you're like, yeah, the Ohtani redemption is white. You are on that, brother. I'd like to, shoot, I hope you join my, come into chat every night, because you can help me out with some stuff. I am certain of it. You'll be able to give me all kinds of good info on stuff. So, hey, come and chat with me any night, for real. I'd love to have you. And before I sign off, I will again put up the spreadsheet here, because, you would think it's impossible for somebody to have missed it. But you know what? Maybe not. They might be watching the recap. You've scrolled to the end. Who knows? Anyway, here it is again with your anticipated shipping dates for both the free shipping breaks and the paid shipping breaks tonight. One more time, remember Wednesday, 4th of July, no mail pickup, no mail delivery, no mail going in any direction. So that's why everything is shifted a little bit later going out this week than I would normally project it to go out. And then one final look at the things coming up in the days ahead. So tomorrow night, our cases will be the Gold Rush Value Pack and Inception Baseball. Our case on Tuesday is Encased. Our case on Thursday is Elite Football. And our case on Friday, Encased Basketball, Inception Baseball. And of course, mixed in with all of that, we've got mini helmets and autographed baseball bats and autographed baseball, basketball, football jerseys, autographed batting helmets, you name it, we've got it in the way of memorabilia. So we'll be into a bunch of that throughout the week as well. So I believe that's it for me this evening. So once again, thanks everyone for joining. I hope that your week starts off well tomorrow, and we'll be back at it tomorrow night. So until I see you the next time, take care now. Bye-bye.